Yeah, man. Yeah. It's been a minute. I know. Yeah. OZ, Big Wizzy, man. I'm back. Yeah. We're gonna talk about all that. But I wanted to pull some cards for the cause, man. I'm a full blown wizard. We all know that. And there's a lot of shit, you know what I'm saying, I could get into, and we going, you know what I'm saying, let the conversation go how it go. Man, I am happy. I know it's been a while. But let me pull some cards for you, man, and we'll walk and talk as we go. But let me pull some cards for you. I don't want the focus to get too off the topic, man. I wanted to pull some cards. I'm excited. Oh, man, we going into a new year, you know. So, yeah, man, I just wanted to pull some cards for the cause. So, man, let's get into it. As you can see, man, we got all the elements well represented here. We got all the elements well represented. You feel me? There's the tequila. You know what I'm saying? Plus, we got big stones all around. So, you know what I'm saying? The earth element. But we also got some cookies out because we finna eat. So, we want them to be happy and eat something sweet too. You know what I'm saying? There's something about, you know what I mean? Sweet talk. We want to be sweet talk. You know what I mean? I want to be swept off my feet. You know what I mean? I'd rather a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? I want to be Casanova by these spirits, by this this energy. You know what I'm saying? I want to be seduced. You know, dare I say, we talking about goddesses and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? For all the females, you know what I mean? You want to be Casanova, and I want to be a Casanova about this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm coming real sweet. But you do whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm passing out cookies and shit. Cause I want some good shit, you know what I mean. We gonna get whatever we get, but you know what I'm saying. Either way, we get ready to see what's happening, man. I just want to really pull some cards, man. I was excited about this shit. So, man, let's get to it. Let's gear up. Stop playing around with these, man. These motherfuckers is so neat. Got them out of Vegas, man. I love this deck, but let's stop playing around. Speaking of tequila, I could use a shot. Yeah, I know how I do. I could use a shot. We about to get the spirit flowing, so let's get some shots going. You feel me? Let's go, gear up. Yeah, that'll work. All right, yeah, so we finna do this. All right, so check me out. I got my favorite deck right here, Tarot of the Magic Forest. It's my favorite for a reason. Tarot of the Magical Forest, my bad. Beep that out. It's my favorite for a reason, but it's also my very first deck. You know what I'm saying? I went into a spot. It's not as if it was a bunch of choices, but you know what I mean. You know, you're supposed to go with the flow and all of that shit, right? Intuition. You feel me? So that's how it went, and I seen that deck, so that's what I went with. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna tap into some of the books that I used to read, but I mean, I don't know. You know, book reader, somebody might catch that. It's a big world out there in YouTube land, but my bad. See how they do, man. They itching to get played, man. These niggas want y'all to see what's up with them, but not yet. We got to gear up. But I'm just saying, man, it's about intuition. You know, you go with the flow and whatnot, and you see what's up with it. Come here, baby. Now, my wand does have a name, but I'm not sharing it with you niggas. You don't need to know. But my wand does have a name. Look at this nigga, man. Look at this nigga, man. Yeah. I got him for all kind of reasons. There's a spot up in northern Kentucky close to Cincinnati. Man, shout out to them niggas. It's called Hierophany and Hedge. Hierophany. and heads, man. It's really dope. It's really dope. I ain't gonna get into all of that, but again, you know what I'm saying. I wanted to pull some cards for you, and of course, as always, hey man, you always gotta have a sword or knife or something. You know what I mean? A dagger. You gotta have something when you fucking with them dragons, man. They respect that. You know what I'm saying? And power respects power, but you got to have something. A sword is usually, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna get into all of that. I ain't gonna get into the, you feel me? But dragons have all kind of infinite wisdom, this, that, and the third. You gonna get into whatever you get into. I'm just saying, man. Fucking with dragons, you gotta have a sword. Now, I got decks out here, but I got multiple decks, and I do say that for another reason because I have a dragon deck. And if it feels like coming out, then we might pull out that dragon deck too. If it feel like coming out, you know what I mean? Again, this is an intuition thing, and y'all gonna see, y'all gonna see. Like I'm thinking, you feel me? I'm gonna pull some cards for the cause, so y'all see how it go. I don't want to be too personal or whatever else, but at the same rate, there's like too many of you niggas, and I don't want to be too general. You know what I'm saying? But at the same rate, I think I found a way around that. Right. That's where, you know what I mean? Again, solving problems. I think I found a way around that. So I'm going to pull some cards to set the overall tone. That's why I got my guy right here. I got this shit right here. Come here, baby. I would just grab you. But that's why I got this right here. You know what I mean? And everything got a purpose, man. I love it. It's dope. But just so y'all know, like I said, man, I ain't bullshitting out here. I ain't bullshitting with you. We really got some mystical, magical shit going on. Even though I'm an extraordinary nigga. You very extraordinary nigga. I'm just a normal dude. I'm just a normal nigga. You know what I mean? And I'm showing y'all how we can just do this. So I got a bunch of different decks. And for that reason, y'all know, if you do know, if you are OG in my shit, I do movie spreads. I like to watch movies. I'm big into that, you know what I mean? So even just like Netflix, Peacock, it's a lot of, you know what I mean? Even reality shows and shit. I'm just saying, we do a lot of watching. You feel me? So I do movie spreads mostly. But you can already see how this shit's getting ready to crack. But again, I got these different junts. Because also, like I said, I started with this Tarot of the Magical Forest. My bad. That's the shit I started with. This junt here. But you end up with so much other shit. You know what I mean? But this shit, if it just is put simple in layman's terms or whatever, but simply put, man, one deck will tell you one story. But what I'm going to do is pull the exact same cards. Whatever we pull out of this spread, whatever we start spread with, I'm going to pull the exact same cards from these different decks. Now, this one, I'm going to be real with you. I did go through, set it all up. And then, and by set it up, I mean, you know, put all the suits together, put all the trumps together, the major and minor arcana, put all them niggas in their space and in their place, you know what I'm saying, all lined up and ordered and nice, and then start shuffling my ass off, and I ain't dealt anything yet. I would have showed you that, but it just is what it is, you feel me? And I ain't trying to take up too much time on the bullshit. But yeah, man, I'm gonna pull from each one of these, and also to show you, like, this is a deck that really resonated with one of my baby mamas. But the Nightmare Before Christmas deck, you know what I mean? This is actually, for like again, just for layman's terms, like, it comes from a movie. You feel me? So you can get other shit, and they do have other shit, and it may seem like it's kind of gimmicky. You feel me? For lack of better words, you know what I mean? Like, they just use it as or whatever. Like, I've seen, what is it? The Golden Girls tarot deck. And it was like, come on, man. Golden Girls, but at the same rate, hey, though, real talk. If it affects you, you know what I'm saying, or if you like it, that's what's up. And I'm about to show you again. You ain't even got to use it like as your main deck or whatever else. Do whatever you do with something else, but then try that shit. And it's also kind of dope because, like, most of these, well, not even most of them, each individual one comes with its own, like, spread that you'll get to kind of figure that out, which is kind of like its own game to play or whatever, depending on how you look at these tarot cards, if you're seriously into it or if you're just now trying to get into it or whatever, you know what I mean? I'm trying to speak for all ages and all stages of this shit. But you see what I'm saying, man? Hey, get what you get, do what you do, go with your flow. Like I said, I got another deck off to the side here. If it wants to come out, it'll come out if it feels like it. But yeah, man, you know, like I said, I don't want to take up too much of your time. And it has been a minute since the OZ has been back in this business. So, you know, hey, and I meant that, though, we trying to get to Vegas, my nigga. We gonna get to Vegas. Anyways, my bad. But, I don't want to get too much. Like I said, I really want to pull some cards for you. So let's do this. And I thought about this. You know what I mean? So again, we'll pull a general just for the OZ, just for the OZ energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, how about I phrase it like that again? As I'm good. You gonna hear me say a lot of times, for lack of better words, because we good with just going with the flow. And I'm gonna let the tequila talk. That said, hold up, wait a minute. Let's put more tequila in it. We're gonna get right. We gonna get right. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm gonna show you how this work out. So yeah, I'm gonna do one overall because whatever brought you to my channel, whatever, you know what I'm saying, had you last this long. You feel me? That's why I even had it in my head. I'm gonna go at least 10 minutes. We're gonna see what's happening. Cause niggas gotta wait at least 10 minutes. So for the motherfuckers that waited at least 10 minutes, you know what I'm saying? And the OGs or the OZ, the wizard, you know what I'm saying? This one's for y'all. You feel me? That first overall spread is gonna be in general, but I am gonna do one for, let's say, the first nigga that watches the entire video. You know what I'm saying? That was my, if we got enough time, if I feel like I want to get on that grind, you feel me? But we will do, I'll do another one. We'll do that. We kind of feel that in us. But for whoever watches like the entire video, the first nigga to do that, or maybe it's a couple niggas, because you know what I'm saying? It might be, again, when you have to kind of spread shit out a little bit when you're trying to connect dots. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Dots may be far and few and in between, but you know, we still connect them or whatever. And as long as it, I guess how they say, make it make sense. As long as it makes sense and you can do that, then it could be some mystical, magical shit. You just gotta be able to connect the dots. So, anyways, I'm just saying that to say it may be kind of general or whatever. Look, I picked up the wrong cards. I'm telling you, these motherfuckers, they love to get played with when you start fucking with mystical, magical shit. You know what I'm saying? Put energy into some of these items and whatever else. It's almost like they draw your hands to it. You know what I mean? Again, like subconscious shit, unconscious shit. Anyways, that's enough talking. Fuck all that. Let's pull some cards. It's been a minute. Let's pull some cards. So yeah, and we're gonna do one for the nigga who waits until the end. You know, it may be a certain type of nuts that's gonna do that. It may be one or two. I've always said that. I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying, about the hundreds and thousands of likes or views or whatever. You know, as on some spiritual shit. If you could reach one person, you know what I'm saying? If you could reach one person, or if it matters to just that one, then it matters. You know what I mean? And we did our job. We did our job. If we wake up one soul or whatever else, nigga, we did our job. So, alright, man, like I said, I be playing around with these shits. This is the Tarot of the Magical Forest. It has its own joint, but like I said, most of these cards, they do have their, like, you just pull 3, and for some of them, it's beginning, middle, and end. Alright, we gonna pull that shit, since it wanted to jump out. Some of these motherfuckers, I do believe in that, man. As you get to shuffling and doing shit, some of these niggas would jump out. Like, they just gotta get in there. And that's cool. Get on in there, nigga. So, you know, I'm weary of that. But yeah, man. Let's see what we got. The first thing down there, you might not be focused in or whatever, but this is the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups. Alright, we ain't gonna do too much. I ain't gonna do too much. We'll spread them out for you. You know what I mean? Most niggas cut and shit. Boom. Alright. So the 8 of Cups done popped out. I like to do the third card. I don't know. Sometimes it's the third, 1, 2, 3 from wherever. But I'm a third ass nigga. It just is what it is. Now you tell me what's up. I'm only gonna give you, but alright, we'll do this one. You sure? Okay. Oh, see how the motherfuckers pop out? I was getting ready to switch it up, but that nigga just, hey, so okay, whatever it is, boom, let's go with it. The 10. Alright. I'm gonna leave it as it is. For some niggas it matters. And it's upside down. But we start with the 8 of Cups. Then the upside down tower. Which I don't know if you want to see the actual giant. Tower looks like that. but we pulled it like that. You feel me? And for those who do the numerology and shit, you see what I'm saying? What's that? 16? XV1, 16? So, all right, then we got the tower. You know what I'm talking about? And then again, we got the Ten of Swords. Now, I'm not trying to get on no, you feel me? I know it's a cat with a bunch of swords behind it. This ain't no animal. Don't hit me for no animal rights or sue me for no bullshit like that. But it's the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords, all right? And you see it's the family of cats, the magical force. But it's upside down. We got it like that. All right. So this is kind of like the overall, you know what I'm saying? Now, my bad, this one was upside down. The way I would see this shit off the dribble is, you know, again, it might be the OZ, and my bad for the glare or whatever, but I just, you know, wanted y'all to be able to see this shit. If it's too much glare, we'll turn the lights back out. But peep this, right? So, the visual. Man alone on the hill, and this is upright. So, in a sense, it's like the aspect of this card, you can take it for what it is. But you see, there's the bunny. And again, it's his cups. On here, it's chalices, it's whatever, but it's water. You know what I'm saying? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know what I'm saying? But this nigga's all off on his own in the woods, this, that, and the third, whatever else. Now, that resonates to a nigga like me because I'm a nature boy. You know what I'm saying? We can get into some other shit. And again, that's why I have these right here. I have the books. I am a bit of a nerd. So first we're going to do just like some intuition type shit. Just what you see, what I see, or what you might see and get and think like from the card. So again, cups is emotion as water is. You know what I mean? Water represents emotions and whatnot. So, I mean, again, I would say when I see this, I see a bunch of cups, right? Then you see this over here. I'm taking the whole thing in aspect. You see this over here, bunch of swords. And swords is air, you feel me? At least in this deck, it represents air. In other decks, it could be other shit. But in this deck, just saying, it represents air. So you see a lot of swords, a lot of thoughts, and it's upside down. So, you know what I mean? If it was right side up, again, I would take this card for straight up like what you see and feel, intuition out of that. But because it was upside down, shit. You know what I mean? So over here, I feel like a nigga is weighed by a lot of emotions. You know what I'm saying? Over here, I would have said a nigga is weighed down by a lot of, you know what I'm saying? Or a nigga had to walk away from a lot of different feelings. It's a lot of different cups you could drink from over here, you know what I'm saying? But a nigga is walking away from that. You got to go away from that. He's going on his own journey instead of what everybody else is doing. You know what I'm saying? You got to lead the party and go off on your own or whatever else. You feel me? In this mountains and whatever. Sometimes, nigga, you got to go on a journey on your own. You know what I mean? That's kind of like what this is. Again, if you fuck with OZ, I appreciate it. I love it. You know what I mean? Like, share, subscribe, but don't do none of that shit. Keep running, hiding. But thank you for watching the video this far. But we really in it. So that's how I see that shit. Now, in tune with this shit, how this shit is vibing and whatever else, I would have said a nigga weighed down by a lot of different thoughts, a lot of decisions. You know what I'm saying? A lot of, it's just kind of what it is. You know what I mean? A lot of different thoughts, a lot of decisions and shit. But it's upside down. So I would say it's not necessarily way down. I would honestly just look at it like shit, nigga, there's a lot of different ways that like you could go. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like the hangman card. Like you just laying there, but there's a lot of different shits. You know, pick one and see what happens. But you know what I mean? Hey, as long as you pick up a sword and start fighting back, nigga, you will not be stuck in this place. So run it. You know what I mean? And again, the same thing with this upside down card. So I mean, with this upside down tower, again, you can kind of see the story for what it is. See if I feel like picking up all three of these bitches. But you can kind of see the story for what it is. Hopefully, through my eyes, you can see what I see. You go out on a journey. And again, usually the tower is like, you know, some shit. If you chose to be in the tower, you know what I'm saying, people left this and that. I'm just saying, man, usually the tower, it could kind of represent, as you see it. Let me show you to you straight up. As you can see, man, a lot of times, you know, it could represent your whole shit, getting struck down, this, that, third, whatever, you feel me? So either you need to know, like my father would say, man, if it got tits or tires, it's going to cost you money. So you should always know that hard times are coming, this, that, third, whatever else. So by it being upside down, I would actually take this as, again, just like this shit being upside down. A lot of cards that could possibly represent some, you know what I'm saying, negative shit or negative, you know what I mean, whatever, especially when they upside down, you kind of get the other aspect of that. And I mean, big Leo in the building. That's just, what I'm saying, some of my fire and how it plays out. Also, big Aries energy. So, you know what I mean? I'm a bit more optimistic on some things. But again, as far as an overall tone to all of this shit right here, this is how the movie, I would see it as it's being played out this way, so to speak. You feel me? Like I said, man, we've been on a journey, or we had did this, so this is what we got to do for some of us. So this is for some of us what we've been done did. You know what I mean? Because hey, that's why I say it's lonely in the land of real niggas. You feel me? This is why they keep shit like The Walking Dead, this and whatever else, because zombies want what? Brains, nigga. And you still got brains, and all these other motherfuckers don't. You know what I'm saying? So, again, it is kind of what it is. Again, all these emotions, this, that, and the third, and whatever else. Hey, back to my big OZ. You know me, though. Life is pimping. Sometimes you got to leave that whole shit alone. You know what I mean? It ain't about being masculine and being manly, this, that, and the third, but it also is okay. You know what I'm saying? The divine feminine is back, this, that, and the third, whatever else. All right. We can get in tune with our feelings, this, that, and the third, whatever. I mean, you see me, man. This whole setup and whatever else. Also, hey, again, if you're a OG to OZ's channel, you know what I mean? Like I said, like about even like the Kevin Samuel shit, or just in general, man, this nigga talking about being an image consultant. So whenever you get into, again, your lotions and your smell goods and this and that, even Cat Williams, I'm talking about, he was talking about his, I don't like that shit, but bitches do. Hey, man, you get into candles and you want to do all this, whatever, that's Lilith type shit. But that's sensitive, whatever type shit. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we can get into it, but you just cannot forget the masculine. But at the end of the day, I'm just saying, man. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, man. There's nothing wrong. I don't want it to be like toxic masculinity when there's a whole lot of toxic femininity too. But I don't want to, you know what I mean? Anyways, fuck all that. I'm just saying, man. Sometimes, like I said, you gotta let all that punk ass shit, let all that emotional shit like drop and go do what you do. Because again, there's a whole lot of decisions. We live in the age of Aquarius, and this can be heavy for a lot of niggas. Aquarius is an air sign, and it's fixed air. That's probably why this nigga is like fixed in one spot. You know what I mean? That's why I say. So a lot of shit comes to my mind, man. I wanted to pull some cards for y'all. But again, by this shit being upside down, it's like, hey, man, if drama or this or whatever was to come, it's like you are fortified. Like, dude. So back to this shit. You can go off. You can pick a decision, or we can just do the third or whatever else. You know what I'm talking about? Like, again, I do take this personal, me pulling these cards. It could just be me. I don't want to put that on y'all. It could just be me. I am the OZ pulling these cards, and it's been a minute. So, again, this could be me. But for any niggas, you know what I mean? Again, y'all vibe with me. If this is hits for you too, then, I mean, that's what's up. But like I said, man, it couldn't be me, because I'm going to tell you right now, hey, man, with more money came more problems. That's why y'all ain't seen a whole lot of OZ. And again, like you said, it ain't that I can't handle it, the hard time, whatever, because I'm literally going through this shit. But it's even like that, bro. I mean, if I've got many different ways, like as you see, like tarot cards, man, you know what I'm saying? And look at my setup. Ain't it dope? Ain't it dope? And I would love to pull cards for y'all, and y'all could, you know what I'm saying, again, hopefully pay me for my services. I'm well worth it. You know what I mean? But there's many different avenues or whatever else, and this, you know what I'm saying, it could be financial, it could be emotional, it could be whatever, just some type of turmoil, you know what I mean? But you got to go off on that journey, or however else, you know what I mean? Again, this is thoughts. Something I'm going to do when I do come back with my books and whatever else. And again, I got a stack right here. Like, here's the bottle. Here's the Necronomicon deck. There's a stack of books right here. You know what I mean? But anyways, my bad. The point is, when I do get back on my OzzDuhWizz shit, y'all get ready to check me out here in a minute. But I'm going to tell you, the video is probably going to be titled, Thinking About Why You Thinking About What You Thinking About. Or even thinking about why you thinking about what you thinking about. You see what I'm saying? You got to think about that. Which is back to this bullshit right here. You know what I mean? It gets way deeper than a nigga might thought, but that's the whole kind of thing, man. All these decisions, all these actions, all these different avenues, all these different paths or ways to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, millionaires are made overnight. You know what I mean? It's just, it gets like that. But that would be like my overall jaunt. That's why I got that there. And we done talked thoroughly about it. So that would be like my overall jaunt. Off the dribble. Hopefully you can still see that. You know what I'm saying? You dig? I know the focus is going to jump around or whatever depending on where I'm at. But we talked enough about it. So hopefully if you've seen it, man, that's what's up, man. And that's, like I said, that's where we kind of, we ended up starting out at. You know what I mean? Boom, boom, boom. So I definitely feel that. Took it a little bit personal. Now, of course, we gonna be minus 3 cards, so it does have some type of effect, but we not really tripping at all. Like I said, that was for the overall and how I seen that movie and everything, and how it you know, like played out for me. And we'll do another one, but this one I'm gonna do a little different. But we'll do another one. Like I said, for the first cat who makes it to the end of the video. And who knows? You don't know. It might be you. My shit might blink out right now, nigga. I don't know. But we'll do one for the first nigga to make it to the end of the video. Pull a quick one. Oh shit, my bad. Did I hit the? Oh well, I don't give a fuck. It didn't fuck it up too much. We still on. Like I said, man. Let's run it. You want cut? No cut? All right, we'll cut. Do a traditional boom. Boom. All right, man. We in it. We in it. Okay, so we're going to do this one a little different. Because, again, we don't want to take up the whole time. But I do want to show you how fucking cold this is. Now, let me say this, dude. Again, there's a lot of good juju out here. I'm going to tilt this back the other way. Boom. A lot of good juju out here. Like I said, we taking shots. We taking shots. You know what I mean? Again, there's 3 decks over here. You know what I mean? I done already shot my shot. You know what I'm saying? About to load up another one. And we might load up another one. Who knows? You know what I mean? Again, this is just for the one who makes it to the end of the video. The first nigga the nigga to make it to 30 or whatever else, you feel me? I don't know. We closing in on 30 minutes? I'm just saying, man, you know, by the time we hit it for that, then, you know what I mean, we pull some cards for whoever, whatever happens, if it happens to happen. But I got another one loaded up, that's all. And you see, you ain't got to be perfect with this shit. Okay. Now these jumped out. I don't usually do this, but I'm going to do it. Because like I said, man, motherfuckers, this shit is happy to get out here, man. It's like happy feet, so to speak, man. It's been a minute since OZ put out anything. Motherfuckers, it's just good to be out here. Spirit flowing. Speaking of which, hold on, man. We pulled the shot, but we ain't take it. Let's go for the next round. Okay, I got you. So I don't know why, but this came through for the vibe. And I guess you know who she is. So, you know, I don't know, maybe it's the frogs. The frog riding on the salamander. We in the Christmas spirit or whatever else. You see that wreath or whatever the fuck this nigga's holding up. But okay. Ooh, there's another one. And I don't know, it's kind of sideways. I could take it upside down. I could be positive about it. It don't really matter. It is kind of one of them ones, but it came out. So, okay, I'm going to do it for you. You got it. And I am saying she. I guess this is one of my female viewers. Whoever it is, it don't matter to me. But I guess that's just how it goes. This would have to be designated for you, so I guess this is for you. But we already got 1 and 2. I ain't really going to do too much. All right. Now, I went to this card. I don't know. Something just said, this is why I'm going to tell you why I did it. The vibe I got, the intuition or whatever, it was like, hey, man, just do you. You already, you know what I'm saying? You whatever, just do you. It's like, motherfucker didn't want to, I guess, necessarily make that choice. So it's like, well, just do you. Okay, well, like I said, I usually do the 3rd card. So I went straight to the 3rd from the bottom on the deck. Boom. Ha. Cute little bunny. That shit's dope. So boom, we got the 3. But okay. Like I said, man, I like the movie spread. I like the movie spread. And I don't know. Like I said, this is the one for the nigga at the end. So my bad. This is the one for the nigga at the end. See the tequila was talking there. Oh, I don't know. Maybe this ain't the one for the nigga. I don't know. You tell me. We'll see. I don't know. I'm getting off track here. Let's keep pulling the cards, man. That's the tequila talking. But I guess what I'm trying to say is, no, I got you. I got you. We still on the path. For this is for the nigga who watches to the very end, and whatever, regardless of whoever it is. This is what this one is for. But that last shot, I guess, will be for her, since that's what that is. Let's just go ahead and do that. I feel you. The last shot will be for her. And like I said, the vibe still coming through with me picking the last from the bottom. I like to do the third from the top. So we'll see what that is. That is an upside down king. And then jump in there, man. Jump in there, jump in there, jump in there. What we doing, what we doing, what we doing, what we doing. Da 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 da. Somebody say something. Somebody tell me when to. Okay, nigga. Bingo. Boom. Ooh. Oh. Alright, so like I said, I like to watch movies. So let me spin these around. Put this deck over to the side. Let me spin these around for you. It ain't that it don't matter, but at the end of the day, it's gonna play out how it's gonna play out. So you gonna see. So it's not that it don't matter that these shits is upside down, but we watching movies. This is a movie that we making. You know what I'm saying? So the first thing I do want to do as the editor in chief of this movie is take account how the shit played out straight up. So I'm gonna bring these up a little closer to you so you can see. Boom. What I see. Alright, this is what we got. Boom. It was this nigga, followed by this dude. You know what I'm saying? Now you see how this guy's thinking? And then you got some thinking out there. Now, oh, my bad. That was the last card. Boom, the king. This is the king of wands. And then the death card. So, this is how it played out. I kind of want you to see the movie, how it just straight up played out. Boom. As best I can. I know I'm sucking with the spread. I know I suck with the spread. Plus, I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, not to get all the glare in you. But okay. Fuck all that shit, right? We'll get better with time. But let's lay it out so you see what I see. You can kind of see what I see. Alright, so check me out. And again, I ain't want to make it too. Anyways, we don't get into all of that. So check me out, man. The first thing's up. We got this guy. And now when we watch the movie deck, from what I was told and the way I'm explaining it as well, is see how this character is facing that way, it's going this way. So it's looking this way. Now, if I felt like chopping this movie up and turn it into something else, I would. But it's just so good by itself. You know what I'm saying? It works so well. It flows. I'm going to show you why. But this character is looking at this card. And this guy is the wand. You know what I mean? Now, wand is action. It's fire. You know what I mean? This is the two of wands. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it also means something because, this is an amphibian, which is a creature of earth and water. You know what I mean? So, hey, real talk. You know what I mean? As far as like water signs or whatever. Now, it's the two of water, I believe, is cardinal water. Cardinal water is Cancer. So this is a Cancer card. You know what I'm saying? That's a card that represents Cancer. No, I'm sorry. Fire. That's cardinal fire. That's initial fire. So this would be an Aries card. My bad. This is Aries. Wands is fire. So this is Aries. Then you also got fire here. But it's the 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7 is fixed fire. So this is Leo shit. And this is the 6 of wands. It's the 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now You could either be this nigga, one of these niggas, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna take it even so far as the symbology as to one of these niggas. You know what I'm saying? Where, you know, this is on your back. You carrying, you know what I mean? I'm just saying it's like that. Sometimes, you know, all these motherfuckers is hyped up, this, that, third, whatever else, and you just a normal nigga up in here. You ain't a knight, you ain't one of these, none of this. I'm just saying this character right here matters too. And that's what you're going to get from OZ, man. The entire picture. A picture's worth 1,000 words. So I'm just saying, it might not be you, but nigga, that could be you too. So don't just, you know, you could represent some of these other guys. My bad. Again, the glare and shit. Or maybe that's better. It could represent some of this other shit. You see this nigga? And these are some guys here. So you could, I'm just saying, it's wands. You could think of yourself, a lot of people think of themselves as the nigga with the wand, but you could also be the nigga holding up, you know what I'm saying, the guy, the person holding up the person that's rallying all this and whatever else. Feel alienated because you ain't one of them. You know what I'm saying? It don't mean this motherfucker ain't smart or whatever, but clearly you ain't one of them. I'm just saying, man, with me, especially in certain decks, I just try to take the whole picture into consideration. You know, again, if you are this guy, because we are gonna go there too, because it obviously does make a difference. Like I said, we are talking about characters in movies, right? So if this is the main character, you feel me? That's the whole thing. Wands, you know what I mean? This is the 6 of wands. So you got to pick that shit up. You know what I mean? Everybody else is this to the third, whatever. It so happens to be you. You know what I mean? And you may feel like that. You may not feel like that yet, but you might know this is coming or this is what's on the way. You know what I'm saying? Or either, again, this is by me saying this is what's coming. Hey, if you step up, if you try for that promotion, then you're going to be this nigga that everybody's going to be looking at. And again, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. These niggas ain't necessarily happy. They ain't, you know what I mean? One nigga kind of whatever, but they don't mean like they smiling and shit. You see what I'm saying? But again, you might be this nigga that's got to go to war, but you might be the important guy, you know? And like I said, it might even be time to be one of these niggas, depending on who you are and where you at in your life and whatnot, you feel me? You still got to pick one up. You ain't got to be the guy. There's a guy out there who's doing this, you know what I'm saying? But you need to be in the crowd. You got to be part of the team. This is the age of Aquarius. You got to pick up a wand and let's go, right? Now, once you do that, then, like I said, the way the movie progresses there, once you do that, hey, man, you know, you're going to be stuck. You know what I mean? And again, these are actions. So how you feel about this, how you feel about that. You could do this, you could do that. It's some shit that you really want to do versus, you know what I'm saying? It could be what you want versus what you have. You know what I mean? How I be saying, like, human beings, what you want to be versus what you have. You could sit here and just have this and whatever. You know what I mean? Like how niggas even staring off on the water and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? I can't think of what this nigga has in his hand. Shoot, I can't think of what's in that nigga hand right now, but I mean, you know, it could, I'm just saying that's significant too. But staring out over across all this water and shit again, even though this is a fire joint, and like I said, this is back to Aries where decisions have to be made. You know what I'm saying? You got to pick the right and go in it. Aries is like a laser beam. So, you know, again, or like I said, you might have to use this to remember you did this first. You see what I mean? Now, back to editing, right? I would do this shit. If I had to edit this, I would put it like this. Okay? The meditating, it would have to be one of these. Either one or the other. You know what I'm saying? But since it is what it is, we'll go that way. But I would either put this card, see the bunny up under the tree, I would either put that one first or start and have that there. But again, to me, since the scene is kind of the scene that all kind of, you know, I'm gonna show you how it goes. This makes more sense. If we was editing, right, I would have put this one first. But because we not, hold on, you know, I'm gonna go back to it. But because we not, I'm just gonna show you how it flows just as it is, and then we'll edit it too if we got enough time. Okay, so boom, this nigga, you started with an action. You know what I'm saying? Again, either you took it or you joined the team, or you know what I mean. They're using you. And you know it. One of these three beginnings leads to this. That's why I said you could be that salamander ass nigga that's holding up the main nigga. Because, like, hey, you know how, like, in the business world, it's your ideas and your this and whatever else that's making this nigga shine. A lot of people is like that. You know what I mean? There's the Batman, and even though it's whatever, it's the Robin ass nigga, it's the Alfred ass nigga that's keeping all his, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. A lot of people could feel like that. And it's the reason why, you know, it's a salamander. Because it moves fast. And again, this is fire. But it's a 6. It's not the knight. It's a 6. But anyways, I'm just saying. From movie perspective. You could be either one of them niggas moving forward. And that's going to draw you to have to make a decision. Is you really about that life? Or do you, you know what I'm saying, do you want to let go? How is it going to affect whatever? You know what I mean? It ain't got to be all bad, but it's really going to have a decision there, right? Now, after you do that, reason why I would have switched them, I don't want to confuse you, but the reason why I would have switched them is because it's like a lot of thought led to a nigga going to war somehow, some way, joining the battle and whatever else. Now, what I like about this one, which is why I say it could go either way, right? Because again, like scenes in the movie, this shit could go really quick. It could be like boom, boom. This is the day. This is the next day. You know what I mean? You join some shit, then you know what I mean? Like, oh, you just got the job. You know what I mean? Again, joining the crew and whatever. You just got the job. You could be the leader, the boss, whatever. Some people come in as a supervisor. Or you just got the fucking job. You know what I'm saying? Or you just got the raise, you got the promotion, whatever else. And then once you get in there, it's like, oh, shit. It's some shit we got to do and whatever else. Now, this, reason why these are like interchangeable is because either way, you're going to get to this point. Whether it looks like this or whether it looks like this. You know what I mean? I feel like either way, you're going to get to that point. But I'm going to leave it as. That's why it's like it don't matter if we leave it as it is. It's not, don't need too much editing. It's just raw like that. It's dope like that. So, either way, see how the battlefield is cleared. That's why I say this is kind of dope where it is. Because even here, the battlefield is cleared as fuck. And it's back to feelings. You know what I'm saying? Because action, nigga done put in a lot of action. Whole lot of action. These are both fire cards. It's been a lot of fire. You got to cool off. Got to calm down. You know what I mean? Again, hence the smoke. Burn one. You get high as all these other feelings or whatever else. I don't know if you can see that shit. See the smoke coming off the cup. It's all these, but yeah, when you burn one, you know what I mean, off the bud, it's a different vibe too. But you know what I mean, how this niggas meditating, whatever else. So think about all the shit you just did and how where you done came from. This, that, the third, and whatever else. That shit's dope. So that's what we end up with the third. And this is the four of water. Again, 2, 3, 4, that's cardinal. So this cardinal water, that's Cancer. You know what I mean? Even when you see the 1, 2, 3, 4, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's solid. 4 represents stability. You know what I mean? And look, 6, 2, 8, 4, we got big 12 right there. Dope. 12, and then 13 is the death card. But we got 12 as far as numerology goes. So look at how dope that is. But anyways, we just going to leave it at that. Not much to be said. But like I said, the battlefield's been cleared. You can say you won or you lost. It depends on how this is going for you. You know what I mean? OzzDuhWizz. Like, share, subscribe, but don't do none of that shit. Keep running hiding. I just wanted to post a video and pull some cards for a nigga. So this could be you. You know what I'm saying? Whoever's rocking with me, vibing with me, man, I appreciate that. I love that. But like I said, the battlefield's cleared. You could have won or lost. Whether you like the job, don't like the job, this, that, whatever. But the battlefield's been cleared. You did business. Shit's been handled. You know what I'm saying? And by the battlefield being cleared, like I said, if you won, then you knocked all it off, and you got to think about your decisions, this, that, whatever else. You know what I'm saying? That's where that contemplation comes in. Like I said, was it worth it when you did this? You know what I'm saying? Was all of that worth it? That's kind of where that contemplation comes in. Now, I look at this as a couple different ways. All of this shit could have made you the king. And now this is the king of wands, the king of actions. You started off with a mission. Now the king is down here. So, in one or two ways, depending on the movie you watching and how this plays out with OZ is, I'm going to hold a little lower. You went through this shit, and now you either facing the king. It done brought you face to face with the king. Them decisions that you whatever else, it was so hard, so bold, it done brought you face to face with the king. Now the king, again, this could be an actual person, this and the third in some of you niggas' lives, but it could actually just be the boss. You've reached the boss level. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that challenge is, whatever that turmoil is, it's going to be some king shit and action. It's going to be happening. It's something that's actually going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Not something that's going to be thought about like a heavy-ass decision. You know what I'm saying? Not something that you either going to have to buy or have or don't have, like the king of earth or whatever, the pentacles or the earth sign. You know what I mean? That'll be either you got it or you don't got it. Either you're strong enough or you ain't. You either got the muscle, you done did this or that, or you didn't, nigga. My bad. This nigga got mad. We talking about all these other niggas. Or the king, like I said, it ain't the king of swords. Ain't none of that shit. It's not a heavy emotion, something that's gonna cut you deep, Shrek. You cut me real deep. It ain't that. No king of water. It's the king of action. So it's something that's gonna come big and fast and hard. You know what I mean? Like you got to do. It's something you're gonna have to do. Make a decision and do. So either all of this shit made you the king, Again, we're gonna bring it up close. But all of this shit either made you the king of this shit or queen respectively. But again, the king is a different type of energy. That's why I said, oh, it's something you have to do. You know what I'm saying? The queen, it might be something, it's a different vibe. That's some power. But anyways, I'm just saying the king is some shit, yeah, man. Or you gonna have to be in control. It didn't brought you up to the nigga who all this what now you didn't got here. You here now. What's happening? And we're gonna finish it off with this big death card. Like I said, this shit is huge. This shit is huge. You know, like I said, it's the 13. I could try to get into some other shit, but death, like I said, man, it's not even necessarily even a bad card, but like I said, if you done went through all of this to step up to be the king, that's why I say it's a lot of reflection in this spread that just popped up here. You know what I'm saying? To do take this type of action where we at now with it, it's gonna require, you know what I mean, not one, but two. You might want to, you know what I'm saying, discount, double check your motherfucking self type shit. You know what I mean? Not to be, you know what I mean, I guess, but yeah, I'm just saying, dog. It might require more than, you know what I'm saying, or even like I said, laugh now, cry later. But you really gotta do, you know what I'm saying? Because this is where we're going to end up. But this is where you're going to end up. But this is who you're going to end up matching with. It. This is where you're going to end up coming up across. You know what I mean? Again, not to say this is a love story. That's what I say about the rest of this shit. You're getting ready to see. I'm going to pull it out for you. It could go all kind of ways. It could go all kind of ways. But I ain't gonna waste too much time. Let me see where we at with it. I ain't gonna waste too much time. I'm gonna go ahead and pull out the other movies and show you how it go. So yeah, like I said, if you do this shit, or if you take this shit, or again, how they say like making a deal with the devil or whatever else, just know. And I did the video. You know, I guess they say unalive now, but you know what I'm saying. If you the death card. It's not necessarily a bad thing ever in life. If you are not where you want to be at in life, you know what I mean? Again, if you want to be the card, then it's like understand. If you do this, or whenever you reach this level, once you hit the pinnacle, because you will do it. Whatever battle you on, whether it's going to happen. Even if it's the bottom again, being infamous. Once you become, it could be all bad, but once you done destroyed everybody, once you've identified yourself, once you the lone nigga out in the battlefield and with it, hey, it could also be, you know what I mean? Again, this is on the air, right? You know what I mean? The cloud. I know I was joking earlier, but this could be, you know what I mean, your comrades or whatever. You got your own feelings, but hey, you got to think about, because clouds represent thought. You got to think about the incoming feeling, because, hey, dog, whatever you just did, now you just got a message from the big nigga. The head dog is coming. You know what I mean? And whatever you either gonna, you know what I'm saying, like I said, benefit from this. So you no longer this nigga. Because you know what I'm saying? Again, if you can't beat them, join them. You know what I mean? They might just go ahead. You're going to have to stop. Hey, but hey, all that's going to die. Your old self, your old this or that, whatever, all that's done now. And you're going to have to walk this brighter path off into the sun as something else and whatever, you feel me? Or like I said, that's what it is. Just understand it's going to come with heavier thought. You know what I mean? Once you, if like I said, even if that's you reach this pinnacle, you reach them heights that you get there, then yeah, it's gonna come with some heavy, you know what I'm saying, all of that. And again, some people, like I say before, man, hey, Neo, you know what I'm saying? If he was a father, if he had a big old family, or if his parents and whatever else, then it might have been harder for him to leave the Matrix. But he left the Matrix. You know what I mean? So that could be some shit that you got to do too. That's all I'm saying. It could be something like that. So just keep that in mind. And we're going to keep it rolling. All right, so like I said, I don't want to take up too much of your time. But again, see how even the overall feel, back to what we pulled from Jump Street. You know what I mean? Again, the nigga going off on that journey, and everything might get turned upside down, your whole life, or they might try to attack you, whatever else, you know what I mean? But even this tower being you can handle that, or you on the right side of whatever, you know what I mean? When other niggas get the shit destroyed, and this and that, as it would kind of represent if it was straight up. Here, I mean, my bad. I be doing too much. Put that back. But again, if it was straight up, it might be that you was in the tower, or this is you own this tower, but it's upside down. So again, when shit do come, or whatever, it's how I choose to look at it. You feel me? But I'm just saying, we see how the initial tone kind of sets this shit again back to a shit ton of decisions. Can you see how that would also resonate with the king shit? Back to this, how this is the final card. See how these two cards, you know what I mean? Let me bring it up closer for you. These two are the final cards. This was the final card of the original pool. All coming from the Tarot of the Magical Force deck. You know what I mean? So again, a shit ton of decisions, this, that, and the third, whatever else. And this nigga's laying down. This nigga's laying down. Come on, man. That's heavy symbology right there. OzzDuhWizz. Like, share, subscribe. And we gonna get into it because I mean the nigga do need some support, y'all. You know what I mean? Which is also, you know, again, not to be on some other shit, but yeah, man, you know, I got services here. But yeah, man, I love to pull these cards. I love to do things. So I'm gonna show you all kind of different aspects of me, just like that shit, man. Like I said, we got to do it, then we gonna do it. That's what it is. My bad. I keep hitting the camera because I'm over excited. I'm gonna blame it on the alcohol. Let's blame it on tequila. But anyways, man, let's get it in. Hold on. I need to keep the candle. Y'all like that? Man, I like that oil lamp. I'm probably gonna put a different type of whatever, some oil in there, but man, I found that oil lamp. I fell in love with it. But boom, there you go. That's the fire. So okay, we got this shit here, right? Now let me show you what's up. This is how this plays out in this deck. First things first, let's go to the this is the Necronomicon deck. Alright. Now this is Tarot of the Magical Force. Again, we got frogs, bunnies, cute little bunny. You know what I mean? Even though I'm a real nigga, I'm just saying some pigs. You know what I mean? Little pig, and then you see the robe around or whatever else. So I'm saying it's some royalty, some type of kingly, queenly shit or whatever. It's a pig, and the owl right there. Owl represents wisdom. You know what I mean? So that's why I also said how that other card. You know what I mean? Again, the you dig with all the cat with all the swords. There you go, cat with all the swords and shit. So a lot of wisdom, a lot of fucking, and it's right there by his head. So anyways, I'm just saying, shit's hard, right? But that's a nice little whatever deck. Necronomicon's up first. Look at the back of it. Cthulhu. Look at the back of that. But yeah, I did get this shit from Brother Panic. I love to acknowledge him. A lot of what I do, I'm on my path, is because of him. And again, if it don't take too long, I'm going to pull what I can. I should have set these motherfuckers up so I would know. I'd be able to do that easily. But we'll get what we can. We need the 6, 2, 4 ones. I want to show you what the movie looks like in a different tone, coming from an entirely different deck. Shouldn't take too long, but you know, we'll get there. And again, who knew I didn't know what we was gonna get. Boom, there we go. There's the death card at the gate. Now this is the death card. Totally different movie, right? We got this death card. Then we go from there to there. Different movie, right? Cool shit. Cool as hell. First thing up is the death card. We're going to keep going till we get another one. We need the King of Wands, the 4, the 2. Let's just keep it going. 8 of Cups. Hey, here's the 8 of Cups over there. So you see the 8 of Cups? Looks like this. Bunch of shit on the floor. 8 of Cups, right? This the 8 of Cups over here. You gotta go off on your own. This is with a different vibe, yeah. That's why you get the deck that you fuck with. You get the deck that really comes to you. But I'm just gonna put the 8 of Cups over there because I can. 2 of Wands. Boom. See how I still got the same representation. Them 2 pillars. Niggas staring out over water. These niggas got horns. Don't know what this, you know what I mean? Take the whole picture into consideration. But in the one deck, we was doing this. Now we doing this. Yeah. The movie takes on a different, you know what I mean? Starts taking on a different light. That's why I like it. I like it a lot. King of Wands. Boom. Told you it might not take too long. King of Wands. Real hard nigga. Hard nigga. Look at that. Wand in his hand. Fire. Phoenix. King of Wands. Yeah. Let's get there. Like I said, look, check me out. Just so happened to pass. This is the king of discs, which is pentacles like money. That's the king of discs. See what I'm saying? Like I said, it's not him. Oh, damn, man. Should blame it on the tequila. I blame it on a lot of things. But it's all good. Boom, we all right. King of Wands. I'm telling you, man, energy jumping, bro. Niggas is happy we doing this. I'm happy too. King of Wands. It was a night of this. Look, King of Swords. Like I said, man, I'm showing y'all some shit too. It's why, you know what I mean? But we might try to fuck me up. Nah, we gonna keep it pushing, bro. You can't fuck me up like that, nigga. OzzDuhWizz. I told you can't fuck with them shits without so, you know what I mean? Swords, this and whatever, nigga. It is what it is. Plus, another note too, dragons, I like to be funny. You know what I mean? So we shrug it off and we keep it going. But let's keep going. Let's try to find we need the 4 cups. I mean the 4 cups and the 6 of Wands. Damn, that fucked us all the way up. Look, King of Cups. That's what I say, man. The King of Fire, you see me, the King of Wands, it's totally different niggas. It's not one of these niggas. Not one of these guys. It's not what's going on here. Come on, baby. Damn. I ain't even seen that, what's it called? I ain't think about it. Boom, there's the Tower. Tower card. So like our first card, boom, there's the Tower. It would be upside down. But you see on here, there's niggas on top of the tower calling down power. You see what I'm saying? Calling down some shit. They doing some shit. You see them niggas up there? They doing shit. It's a different vibe than what this is. So like I said, you can either be up there, you could be wishing you was up there, you could be not up. Hey, I don't know. But some shit is happening. But you start to get a different vibe. 7 of Cups, 4 of Swords. Damn, man. I know I just dropped all the cards. Did it throw me off? 4 of Cups, boom. Now, this is the 4 of Cups, see what I'm saying? In this deck. 4 of Cups. Loner. But niggas is drinking. This nigga done poured it out. Everybody's getting fucked up. Or maybe they trying to poison you. I don't know. You knows, but you know what I'm saying? Hey, and this could be like a guardian that you know what I'm saying? When you want something, you want something. But anyways, again, ain't no telling, but you know what I'm saying? This nigga's pouring that cup out. That's the 4th cup, just so you see. But it takes on a whole nother vibe when you start watching a different movie. And what I say, on this deck, these two niggas look like both on some meditation type shit. But in this deck, it's 2 totally different vibes here. And yeah, we did fuck it up. So we're going to have to go back and find this. Nah, we need the 6 of Swords. 6 of Wands. So yeah, my bad. There's the 6 of Wands and the 6 of Cups. I mean the 6 of Swords and the 6 of Cups, but we need the 6 of Wands. So I dropped all the shit. That fucked me up. Aha, right there at the top. Alright. So again, you see what I'm saying? Now in this 6 of Wands, ain't no nigga sitting on top of a nigga, none of that. But there is the crowd back there. So like I said, you could be part of the crew. You could be one of these niggas or whatever else. You could be this nigga. Somebody's pleading with a nigga. Oh, hold on. Look like he got a chain to that nigga's throat. And they forcing the nigga to, you know what I mean? You might be taking a nigga to his death or something if you choose to be this nigga. That's why I said, man, you never know what be going on. You put that deck down. We done here. I know you want to do your own thing. We gonna get there. Hey, Necronomicon deck. That is big money. It's big power. But you see how the story takes on the movie suddenly looks totally different. You know what I mean? Even if, like I said, I would switch these two and I would have left this one in place. I would have switched them two. So it would have looked like this. You know what I'm saying? Hell of a thought. Because you either going to be in this position or this position. Coming from this thought, You know what I'm saying? But it's still the same shit. You decided to do some shit. You know what I mean? Now, let's say because you decided to do some shit, you got exalted for it. Now, everybody's happy because you done this, that, and the third or whatever, yeah? It could also go like, you may actually feel like this nigga. Well, if you break away and come up out of all of this and overcome this or whatever else and get back to your hometown, niggas is going to look at you like the motherfucking hero. You really just did some shit. And you'll get promoted into some shit. You know what I mean? You gonna feel like that nigga. Now you gotta make a decision, like, you know what I mean? Hey, you was just some little nigga that was this and with that, but you wasn't gonna take that shit. You wasn't gonna take it. You turned around and smacked this nigga and then whooped them niggas, and this nigga took off running like a bitch. So now he's somewhere mad, but because you done smashed on 4-5 niggas and got the hell up out of there, these niggas done raised you up. And now you sitting on top of the castle some goddamn where when you was just a little nigga, you thought you was being enslaved, you was just a normal nigga. But now you done been promoted, you the fucking team lead, you the supervisor, you whoever the fuck you think you supposed to be right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and then that's gonna lead you to this shit. Which, like I said, as I said, the shit's been conquered. Okay, you in now. You here with the bosses. You in here with the leaders. Shit's been conquered. You there now. All these niggas got on black. This nigga got on blue. You know what I mean? You could be one of these niggas or one of them niggas. Like I said, you in here now, this and the third, whatever else, but there's a nigga you don't know about. There's a nigga out here that's like, damn, see, you could be this nigga too. You can drunk your drink, you do this and whatever else. Or you could be one of these niggas where you think it's all good, you partying and you whatever and shit, but you need to be realizing while you doing this, there's this shit going in the background. See, I had a job, right, where it was like, hey, I thought everything was cool, but then management changed up, right? Niggas be quick to blame management. Hey, once management switched, and a bunch of army niggas came in. It was no longer these niggas. Now it's these niggas. Because I was dressed like these niggas. I look like these niggas. I'm in all black. These niggas come in with the green and the stripes and with hey, dog, dead. You couldn't fuck with it. So I'm just saying, be aware. Like I said, this is what it is. Same thing when you look at this card now. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the battlefield's clear. You in for the win. I meant that. And you can still see that over here. Battlefield's clear. You in for the win. So depending on who you resonate or who, you know what I'm saying, how you rocking in this situation from these cards, hey, man, there you go. Boom, boom, boom. And like I said, man, I'm sorry if I'm running, if it's just taking a long time. I just seen, you know what I mean, realize we over an hour in this bitch. I appreciate it, but that's why I'm worth it, man. You can shoot me $5 on my Cash App. $OzzDuhWizz. I'm worth it, bro. We getting ready to get it in. But I like doing this shit, and this is kind of what I've been on. So if you can tell why, you know, again, I've been doing so much shit, and I miss y'all so much. So like I said, I just want to pull these cards. This got me back in. We're going to talk about a lot of shit. We're going to do some shit. I know I talk a lot of shit, but you can right here a lot more OzzDuhWizz. I'm here for it. So let me pick up my guy. His name starts with a J, but I ain't ready to tell y'all yet. We'll figure it out. I ain't ready to tell y'all yet. But yeah, we'll pick up my guy and get back to it. So as I said, man, now all of this is gonna lead to the king. This is why we're talking about the king, right? This was the king of wands over here. Now it's the king over here. You see what I'm saying? And the difference in these death cards. The difference in these death cards, right? Now, after you run into the king, you can zoom in on that, whatever else. But this is the king. This is action. And by action, I be thinking, okay, now this nigga's going to want you to do something. If you survive this test, because this could possibly be a test of some sort. You know what I mean? Again, how that card is meditating and whatever else. This could be a test. If you survive this, you didn't take the drink. You know what I'm saying? Or again, you try to, you know what I mean? You might get put up to, hey, you got to go tempt this motherfucker. You know what I mean? You got to be the bad guy. You got to try to, you know what I'm saying? Or again, you seen it happening and you ran and told the king. Or when they came to you, you told you it was just whatever else. I'm just saying at the end of the day, you might get put to the test. So on the one movie and shit, like I said, this might be you. Or as I said again, a change in management and whatever else. And now this nigga's the king. This nigga is dead. There's no going back. There's no this or that there. You can't rely on whatever else. You know what I mean? It's a wrap. This nigga is gone. See what I'm saying? Once you see pull out a different deck, it shows you a little different part of the movie. Okay, you might get a different perspective on what the fuck is happening here, right? So, okay, yeah, that nigga's gone. Now, check me out. I don't know if you can see it. There's a motherfucker here. Again, this is the death card. Boom, death. Same 13 13. This is the death card. So you can resonate with this. Now I do take everything into consideration, nigga. You might even be the tree. Again, trees represent big wisdom. It could be some type of tree. I'm just saying, even the tree might mean something to a nigga. You know what I'm saying? But again, I'm just saying though. Like I said, all of that shit, death. If you don't this, that, and the third, you know what I mean? Or even if you do whatever, you know what I'm saying? Even embarking on the journey, whatever else, it could lead to death. This could be you. Or you may be the nigga that's got to go scout, that's going to have to sentence a nigga to death. You know what I'm saying? It's going to bring out the ugly version of you, the this, that, or whatever the part of you. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of how I see it. But this death card is totally different. Again, it might turn into some ugly shit. The Necronomicon deck is like that, nigga. It's like that. That shit was hard. I should have found the Ten of Swords so you can see what that shit looks like over there too. But like I said, man, I don't want to take up too much time. I should have had the Ten of Swords on my mind. So if we could run it in real quick, then I will. Ten of Wands. Nope, we need the Ten of Swords. Eight of Swords. Nope, we need the Ten of Swords. Nine of Swords. Nope, we need the 10 down. King of Swords. Nope, we need the 10 down. 10 of Cups. Boom, 10 of Swords. Alright. Put the Necronomicon down. So, 10 of Swords, you feel me? See that shit? Swords in the background. Swords doing this and that. This nigga got a sword. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Niggas is holding up swords. So again, this could be you. You might have to execute a nigga. I do not know. That's what I'm saying, man. It's a lot of decisions. Oh, my bad. And it was upside down. So again, like I said, it might be this could be looked at as a jury card. I meant that, right? As a negative. It could be some bad shit. You know what I mean? Again, these might be your people. You think you might whatever, but you ain't know. You got all these niggas behind you that's getting ready to jump this nigga. He ain't gonna make it out. You think you about to whatever, but all these your people, he ain't gonna make it out. Or again, it's upside down. Like I said, it's all on your perspective. You feel me? You might be him. And that's just it, dog. You know, this is like some freedom for old school niggas that watched that movie Braveheart before he got his head chopped the fuck off. But you might have to be the executor. You might whatever, but that's what it is. But it's upside down. So it might be like, again, this situation is coming to play. It is whatever, like I said. You might need to these are yo niggas. You know what I'm saying? That might not be you. This might be you in this situation. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of but that's the difference in between seeing one movie and the next. So, okay, all right. Like I said, man, we done already went an hour long. I don't want to do too much. But I'm going to put that up. Again, this was super fucking fun, man. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for that. This was super fun. I'm going to put this up, too. Damn, I keep hitting the little camera right here, man. My bad, Joe. I'm going to put this up too. That's it. That was dope. We didn't came from there. All right. That was for the person who goes all the way to the end. And that linked so well with the first three that we pulled for like the overall tone. That was for that shit. So what we going to do now, like I said, that was, nigga, shot fired. That was dope. Shot fired. Alright. And for the last shot, like I said, different movies, different vibes. So, it's a movie. This one has a 3-card spread. Nightmare Before Christmas, Tarot Deck Guidebook. So again, you could also go in here and it shows you the meaning of each individual card and all that shit, right? But check me out, Tarot Deck Guidebook. Boom. Here's a 3-card draw, right? It does, these motherfuckers do give you, advice of like what to, you know what I mean? Preparing to read the tarot. They, like I said, each one of them, what I'm trying to say is each one comes with their own games, their own like spreads for you to do. So this is the Eureka spread, right? And it's just 3 of them. That's all I was trying to show you. There's also another spread on here that's just 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. You ain't got to figure out a whole lot of this. You ain't got to keep a lot of this and whatever. Now, the Tarot of the Magical Forest deck, this joint, it's actually got like a 5-card spread. You know what I mean? It's talking about the tree of the magical forest and whatever. It's always got answers and shit, but it's a 5-card spread. That's all I'm saying. That's that Tarot of the Magical Forest. It comes with its own actual game or whatever. It's a 5-card spread. And 5 cards is enough to watch a movie for me. So that's what I do. But anywho, I'm just saying, man, this comes with a 3-card spread. We're going to pull the 3-card spread out of here. And I just for a reminder, because this is not like my normal deck. But the Eureka, it says the Lament. The first card is your current situation, an aspect of your current situation where you need to feel more creative and energized. It shows why you're a little uninspired. All right. Number 2 card is Eureka. It represents your next creative epiphany. You know what I mean? The next creative avenue that you're gonna embark on, like where you're going next with this. And then Sandy Claus. This card gives you a peek into the future by showing you where your big Eureka moment would take you. So this is kind of going to show you what type of energy or whatever else will help you jump out of that or get out of this uninspired moment and whatever. And then this kind of shows you what's coming up. Okay? So it's not necessarily a past, present, future type of deal. You know what I mean? That's why it's like a Eureka spread. You know what I mean? So that being said, like I said, I done shuffled the shit out of a lot of these already. But that being said, and for whoever it was, it's also why I went to this, like I said, the last nigga to get a spread before I talk my little shit and get up off of here. The very last nigga to get a spread, right? This for her. And like I said, man, this is actually, you know, my baby mama. She liked this deck, so I went and got it. Ooh, it's motherfucking stiff as hell. It's super stiff, but it's cool. We gonna run it. Alright, you going. Queen of Potions. Got a queen up out of there. We gonna stop. We gonna cut. Chop. Bing, bing, ding, now. Alright. Queen of Potions. And Potions is a water sign. But the Queen of Potions is what we come out with. Right? 1. Where you gonna run it at? Who's coming next? Let's go 3 from the top, right? Let's say that's a cut. 1, 2, 3 from the top. Bingo. The Ace of Potions. Right back ain't cheating. Ace of Potions. Water on water. Alright. We ain't doing no funny shit. We just straightening them up. Spread them out for you again. We don't want to miss nothing. Alright, fuck it. Boom. 3 of Presents. So, while we looking at that, like I said, coming from the Nightmare Before Christmas joint, just from the Eureka spread, this would be the Lament. This is what's kind of got you feeling a little uninspired. Now, Queen of Potions, I would say, like, again, Queen of Water, Queen of whatever. Maybe your love potions ain't been hitting, love potion number 9, you know what I mean? But the emotion, the this or whatever, being the queen of that shit, you know what I mean? You got to be on top of that shit. But the queen is different, again, like from the king, being able to use all this and whatever else. The queen is more like you got to be able to understand all of these emotions and all of this, that, and whatever else. And you got to always be in control of your emotions and this, that, and whatever and whatnot. You know what I mean? Well, that might be more of a king thing too, but also the king, queen, whatever else, you at the top dog of this shit. You know what I'm saying? And it can also represent, again, an actual person, you know what I mean? And it's a queen, it's a woman, but it's a top dog, you know what I mean? It could be a person, like I said, even from man aspect, a highly emotional person, but it's at the top, somebody at the top. Could be you, could be them, but it's at the top. But that's what got a nigga feeling like maybe a little uninspired. But what you got to do is get inspired, just feel, period, you know what I'm saying? But the overall aspect of all of that, this is the Ace of Potions, you know what I'm saying? Or even it might be in the number 1, the first, whatever, go with your mood. But this is just potions in general. Just remember your love for making potions, period. That's what made you the queen. You know what I'm saying? Or that's why the king is even looking at you. If you wasn't good at this shit, if you wasn't on this shit or whatever, then it wouldn't even be like that. And then again, the 3 of Presents. You know what I mean? It said this is your eureka moment. Once you come back to life about how you really just feeling about emotions, again, back to your emotions and your shit. Like I said, we can go through all these other books, this shadow shit, this, that, and the third, and whatever else, man. But once you gain control, that's how you get control of this shit. And you go right, you know what I'm saying? You might have to go back to the basics. This is the number one. This is the ace. You might have to go back to the basics, but you check your fundamentals and whatever else, man, so you can continue to be this nigga. You can whatever else. To be the fundamentals. You know what I'm talking about? Might have to be like that. Because, again, even the three of presents, you know what I mean? Like a child, a gift or whatever, you know what I mean? This could be you. Again, we talking about the queen and whatever else. Wherever you go, you make motherfuckers happy. That's how you make love. That's how you create love. You know what I'm saying? By spreading cheer. This is, you know what I'm saying, the spirit of all of that shit. Okay, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna let tequila keep talking, but you know what I mean? Like, that's what it is. It could be childlike joy. And again, it could even be you as the queen. You're gonna have this childlike joy from the gifts and shit from the normal people and whatever else. You know what I'm saying? You can really feel like a kid and really just enjoy that shit, love that shit, live that shit. You know what I mean? But boom, this is the results of coming from it's just the spread from the Nightmare Before Christmas deck. And now how that plays out, that's why we on the Cirque du Terror. This is a circus deck, like a stage, but I ain't gonna stunt, you know what I mean? A lot of times it's for them clown ass niggas, or you feel like it's a lot of clown ass shit going on in your life and whatever, man, come get this circus deck where all the life is a stage and whatever motherfuckers keep playing too many motherfucking games. But even just with that, you know what I mean? Every time you step, like I said, life is pimping. And you gotta remember, the first motherfucker you gotta start pimping is you. So especially on like some hoe shit, as soon as you step out that front door, even when you open your eyes every morning, every day, your fucking body, you gotta remember who's the hoe and who's the pimp. You gotta go pee, you gotta this, that, whatever else, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, keep that shit in mind, alright? We're gonna do this kind of fast. Let me just, hold on, my bad. End up getting the car. Let me turn it off. So we're going to do this shit kind of. Let me see if we can find the three of presents. We did three of presents, the ace of potions, and the queen of potions. Let's see what it looks like in this deck. Let's get it. Man, how y'all liking this shit so far? You enjoying it? I hope so. You know what I mean? It's been a minute. We're going to talk about a lot of shit, like I said, when I can. But I hope you've been enjoying it, man. I really do like this. Queen of potions, no, we ain't caught it yet. Three of presents. Ace of swords, no. That's what's happening. Eight of pentacles, king of wands, ace of wands. Come on, man. Three of swords. Two. Come on, yeah. We need that ace. Four wands, six of cups, ace of cups. Now we need the ace of potions. No, that's it. Ace of cups. It's ace of potions. Queen of presents. So that's gonna be pentacles. Yeah, look, three of presents. I got the three of pentacles. It's the very first motherfucking card. I am bugging over here. Hey, all right. Queen of potions. So we need the queen of cups. We just need the queen of cups. In this deck, it ain't no whole lot of whatever going to it. I'm gonna tell you that. It just looks like the queen. You know what I mean? Just kind of like that other one. It's not like a lot is going on, but still, I just want you to see it. We gotta put it all together. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Unless I done already went through it again, being on some other shit. Nope, there's the king of swords. Come on, man. No, I was not being a dickhead. Damn near one of the last cards, Queen of Cups. Alright, so you see the Queen of Cups? In this deck, kind of more regal, looks a little dope, don't it? So again, man, and this is, you know, we're gonna shoot our last shot and we'll get out of here. I won't take too much longer of your time. I got shit to do. I know you got shit to do too. We'll get out of here. But this is coming out of the circus deck. The Three of Pentacles. You know what I mean? My bad, too high. I was trying to get it correct. But there you go. The Queen of Cups, the Ace of Cups, and the Three of Pentacles. Now, in here, we got something totally different than this. Three of Presents, Three of Pentacles. Now, it looks like everybody is playing their part. You know what I mean? Or you putting everything in place. Shit's coming into place. It's all making sense. It's practical. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. It's getting practical. You know, there's also a cat here. Looks like he's pulling strings or he's doing something in the background. So, you know what I mean? I'm just saying everything's coming together. It looks like shit's working. You putting shit together. You know what I mean? Like I said, King of Pentacles. Shit's actually making sense. You know what I mean? Ah, shit, my phone's ringing. Anyways, yeah, shit's actually making sense. It's starting to come together. I mean, like I said, even gifts. This is actual practical things that you can give out. People are handing you that you can give. You know what I mean? Just like a present. That's the whole point. A present. It's an actual thing. This is something niggas is actually going to be able to use in the show. It might be part of the show. It might be one of the things behind the show that gets put together and whatnot. Because, again, part of being the queen is, you know what I mean? You're not the king, but it's what happens behind the shit. Making sure everybody's in check, making sure all your emotions and shit's in check. Everybody's happy to go do their job. You know what I'm saying? Morale. You know what I'm saying? My sister used to say, the workers know how to do the job, but the bosses know why the job is being done. Ace of Cups. You know what I'm saying? Because that's some real shit that's got to happen. This shit's got to work before we get to the show, before the show must go on. Why I love, again, the circus deck. I don't know if it's going to focus for me back here. No, yes, maybe, whatever. But that's why the circus deck, there we go. That's why the circus deck is hard. Why I like having this shit in here. And again, why it's worth having so many different decks. Now I said I'm not gonna take up too much time. I'm gonna get on with the get on. But you gotta know, if I had pulled this shit out of the Necronomicon deck and did that, man, it would be ignorant. You would see an entirely different story. I bet the queen would be on one. The queen would be about some type of, yeah, you would see an entirely different story. Like, I know the swords, the king is like an assassin nigga. So you see an entirely different thing, all right, versus just somebody who's like here and it's sitting in the water and whatever. And again, this could represent a whole lot. I'm not trying to get into all that. Even like you see, like the that's not a trident. You feel me? But it is like two spikes. So, you know what I mean? That deuce kind of represents something to me. You know what I mean? So, anyways, I ain't going to go there. Even like, again, you see it's a butterfly coming out of there. Now, again, if you know, if you know the movie, you know. But, you know what I'm saying? It's dope. All right. OzzDuhWizz. Like, share, subscribe. But don't do none of that shit. Keep running hard, man. I hope you enjoyed this. And if you want more of this, definitely leave me a comment. Let me know something, nigga. Let me get some likes, and we can do this. It might be Movie Tuesdays. I don't know. But we'll get to it, man. I love y'all. I am out. Damn, this was so much fun. I really thoroughly enjoyed that, man. I'm out. OzzDuhWizz. We gonna come back. You know I had to give me a couple, had to get it in for the ho-ho-hos. Nigga, I enjoyed the season. But this year has been a hell of a year for your boy. Damn, it's been a hell of a year. We'll talk about it. Like I said, thinking about what you've been thinking about. Thinking about why you thinking about what you thinking about. There you go. Think about why you thinking what you thinking. All right? I'm out, OZ.